I wish I could have a slider that happened automatically on the music. I really want to be like, hi everybody, welcome to Lucy. Music fades into the background, but I have to be like, hello everybody, as I press the music myself. Hello, welcome. It is Locking It Down with Lucy 235. Thank you for being here. Sorry for the 2-minute lateness. It's been a long old week. I've been in full day workshops every day and I'm knackered. But yeah. Happy to be here with you all. So I had to do some last minute prep. Also was talking to one Adam McDermott for a little bit beforehand as well. So yeah, welcome. My hair is really annoying me, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Welcome everybody. It's the show of shows. That doesn't mean anything. I'm just speaking words from my mouth. Yeah, so it's good to see you all here today on this Thursday. Hopefully we have some fun things to talk about. It's the last week of April. Can you believe it? Time is slipping through our hands like sand. Very odd. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my computer. The reason I'm kind of a bit late as well is I wanted to try and make my computer go to sleep for a bit so the fan would shut up, because it's like, and I'm just like, chill, my dude. But my dude doesn't want to chill, so I'm sorry. What can you do when your dudes don't want to chill? Welcome to the XP zone, Happy Chubby Bear. It is good to see you. Good. You may enjoy things like this lovely Chaos Emerald next to your name and some member videos for you, and the members hangout, which is coming out soon. I've got to check the poll on that, so I'll say hello to you all and we'll do a bit of housekeeping. So I'll start with Sir Dave 1988 says hi guys, hello, it is good to see you. Robert War is saying hello indeed. Terence is saying hi Lucy with a big smiley face, hello. Also asking how was my Easter. It was lovely and restful, thank you. I think I needed a restful Easter. Chris J says hiya, hello, good to see you. My first laptop had a button to turn off the fan. Is that legal? Are you allowed to do that? Rich Gamer says hi on the mod duties, thank you so much. Jamie saying hello. We've got AK saying hey. No, actually just said hey. Sorry, I don't mean to put words in people's mouths when I start saying things out loud. Jameister says hi everybody, and Dusty says evening you little terrors. Yes, hello. Oh, Sally. Mango says hello. I think Saturday's winning the poll. That's this Saturday, isn't it? Well, thank goodness I've sorted out my plans for this Saturday. So I will be available. And Dusty says, polish. But no, surely this time you should be saying, ah, Mr. Ring-a-ding, I'll make your heart they'll sing. Just don't make me laugh. Just take my autograph. Something like that, right? I don't know the words for verbatim just yet, but God knows I will do one day, because I enjoyed that episode. We will talk about that potentially, probably, later as the topic. Don't make me laugh. Exactly. So thanks for choosing to spend your Thursday here. We have made it to Thursday, although incredibly I don't know how. That's been a longish week, but also quick because we had Monday off. Wow, crazy times. So, bit of housekeeping first. So I want to say thank you everybody for watching the released Astrobot video for the Platinum Grand Slam. Apologies that took like forever, but I literally just needed a weekend to like clear my schedule and spend a good few hours each day. Like I think what did I do? I think I spent like an hour on some days in the week, and on that Friday I spent about 4 hours, and on Saturday morning I spent another 3 hours. Like those things are long to make, and that's why if I like having that extra time meant I could still do everything else I need to do, which is like, okay, I can play the PlayStation because obviously I want to relax. Relaxing is something I also want to do. See family, see friends, do my housekeeping in my real life, and then also have time to fit that in. So very happy I got that done. I'm going to try and keep the momentum going somewhat, I hope, by just chipping away at the other one over time. So I think I've got for the next one do all the I've got to collect all the videos. What's good about it is all the content is there. I just got to sit down and put it all together. So for the next one, I think I'll do the Resident Evil one because that's the one that next interests me. So I just got to get all the footage together, name it all that stuff, catalog it, and then that makes it easier to drop in the timeline and all that stuff. So thank you for watching that, and thank you for also watching the stream that happened on Monday to finally close out, for now, the 100% on Astrobot. So a big Astrobot weekend for one and all. So thank you for those of you that were able to watch and have a look at that. Solid Snake is saying hello. KRP TV also says hi, Lucy. What time will the hangout be? Yeah, so for members, we will be having the members hangout, I guess, on Saturday, if that's the one that's winning. So we're a short alert there. So the hangout time will probably be our usual time, either like 8 or half 7, I imagine. I'll let people know. I guess we'll ask what works for everybody. But I feel like that time tends to work. And for those of you who don't know, the members, we all hang out on a Discord call for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. We put I'll put the spreadsheet together as well, actually, for topics that might be want to be discussed. I think we do about 4 a year. I think that's the usual cadence that we do, like Christmas, Discord hangout. We're doing one this year, so we might do a few more this year, because there'll probably be one coming up the next time, maybe September, as an early birthday, because the birthday of the members is October. So yeah, that should be fun to see everybody. Can you explain to me the polish thing? What is that? It's was a reference from the first episode of Doctor Who. They had a little robot that would like want to polish your shoes, and it would go polish to clean your shoes. Eliza says hello. People saying very nice things about the Astro video. Thank you very much. And George says, "What's up, y'all? Good to see you. Good." Sean says a big thing about the last episode, which we will talk about later. But also says, "Oh, sorry, hello. We're gonna get onto that because I feel that's a big topic, big, juicy, meaty episode of The Last of Us on the TV show dropped." The Thing, if you know The Thing happened. We're going to talk about The Thing. I have many thoughts. I don't think my thoughts are bad. They're just, I don't know, it's like a big remix, really, what's going on. Jeff Smithley, welcome to the XP Zone. Thanks so much for wanting to be a part of the XP Zone. I appreciate it. Maybe we'll see you on, if you're in the XP Zone, it's worthwhile joining the members, the Discord, that which I don't have a link to right now. I'll sort that. But if you join the Discord, we have a Discord channel just for members, and that's normally where I keep people up to date with what's going on. Like, we talk about stuff, and that's when the hangout sort of happens. Daniel says I'm in the Discord. I still have no idea how to join. We need to sort this out, Daniel. We need to write this wrong. Maybe I need to write a user manual guide. I mean, I could probably do a walkthrough of it. Maybe we can do that. Hang on. Let's see. I don't want to obviously, a couple of mates were texting me about the thing. Right, I'm going to go to my channel. Maybe someone will be able to. Okay, we're going to try a thing. Is it going to be? But I think it's going to be okay. I think everything's going to be all right. I'm just checking that I don't have my credit card information on screen. Not that that's readily available on screen. So yeah, as Jamie is saying, you need to link your YouTube and your Discord accounts. And I think you can do that in... I think you do that in Discord, and then we'll just try something real quick. We're here. Okay. Oh, here we are on the Discord. Vits, hi. Good to see you in the Discord. Right, and then down here, there's the XP Zone channel. So once you've linked your account, you'll be able to see this, I think, and then in here. I just tag everybody with this at YouTube members XP Zone, and that's how we communicate. And then we have this Discord hangout. So when the hangout happens, you join here, and now I've joined it, and other people can join, but don't join now. How do I leave? I don't know how to. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm just gonna nuke it. I'm nuking it. I don't know how to leave. I'm gonna nuke it in the background. So that's kind of, I suppose, what's going on. But yeah, no need to feel dumb. I have done a very terrible job at sorting it out. But I think it's in your options somewhere. Maybe I should write a little user guide. So it'd be lovely to have you, Daniel. So Jacob Hello says, hi, speaking of cartoons, the people in charge broke the SpongeBob creators wish after he died. Sell food from the show, Krabby Patties, and Wendy broke it. Terrible doing. Really? That's what happened? I think is that number one wish, I'm guessing. Because I did think that was interesting. Because I had the SpongeBob, but I had the Krabby Patty burger, and I was just like, it just tastes like a burger. But yeah, you are referring to the poll, which is favorite cartoon channel. Now, I don't know if cartoon channels are still a thing these days, but I've put the three big hitters. I know that there's still other things like Crunchyroll, if you're like, because cartoon can be extended to anime. Don't know too much about that word. So put Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney. I guess Disney do have cartoons, I think still. I'm not sure. And then other. So we've got 20% saying Nickelodeon, 46% Cartoon Network, which to me is a surprise. I thought Nickelodeon was going to win this poll. 14% saying Disney and 19% saying other. If you're saying other, I'd be very curious to know what that other is. Like, I always found Nickelodeon to be the one, because I love SpongeBob. Rugrats was also pretty good. But I thought Cartoon Network, I see why people like it, but I found that it was a little bit too gross for me. I felt the cartoons were too, I don't want to say crude, but they were always like, oh, let's do a really graphic picture of someone's bogies. And I was like, I don't like gross things. People who know me know that I instantly am disgusted by my food once I've stopped eating it. Like, I will eat the food as soon as my mind has decided that food time is over. I don't want to touch that shit. I hate touching gross things. I don't know what I'm not, but I say this, I'm 100% not a germaphobe. It's not the germs. I just don't like the gross. That's why I hate the washing up. The washing up is all about touching everything that's in a big cesspool of grossness. I hate picking up plates after they've been eaten. Like, sometimes I cringe when I see the waitress and that have to pick up the plates. I'm like, how are you touching all the old food? I don't like it. I hate it. It freaks me out. And so Cartoon Network was always a bit gross to me. Like, so you had Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo. I think those were the main ones there. There was, which I don't know if this was on Nickelodeon. There's some other ones that I didn't really. Was it Pinky and the Brain on that as well? Then you had those other weird ones like Cow and Chicken and Cat Dog. I'm not sure if those were Nickelodeon, but on Nickelodeon, I liked Rugrats, I liked SpongeBob, that kind of thing. Ren and Stimpy, yes, Ren and Stimpy. Ed and Eddie. I didn't like that one either. See, all of these. Oh, Boomerang. Oh, I forgot about that one. Cow and Chicken, classic. I don't know. I mean, what was Tom and Jerry on? Because I know this is the thing. I didn't want to go too regional, because the other thing, as a UK person, we just got started talking about cartoons immediately, because I do want to talk about this properly. You could also watch cartoons on CBBC or ITV. I was always a CBBC kid rather than an ITV kid. ITV had the Hey Arnolds and the Doug. Tom and Jerry must have been. I was a big Tom and Jerry fan as a kid. I used to watch it all the time. I don't really remember watching it, but I have documents where I have written about Tom and Jerry. Yeah, I just always watched CBBC more. Digging It and SMTV Live, classics. What's wrong with a bit of rhubarb and custard? Yeah. I did like Doug. I love this. This is bringing back such nostalgia. All the old times. I am disgusted by leftover food. Well, absolutely. Nickelodeon does have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so maybe I should have voted for that rather than Cartoon Network. Tough choice in polls. Trying to remember which cartoons I liked best. Didn't have cartoon channels back in my day, says Dusty. Damn. My dad, unfortunately, because there was 4 children, had to pay for every channel under the sun, and he did hate it. He did absolutely hate it. He was like, you blinking kids have to pay for all of these channels because one person wants to watch this and one person wants to watch that. And I'm like, but Dad, how would we survive without the music channels? And then my brother was like, but I need the sports channels. It was always going down. Vince, how is it going? Good to see you. I used to run home from school so I could watch Danger Mouse. I used to run home from college so I could watch Sarah Jane Adventures. Something's never changed. Like, psychology was over. I was like, right, guys, gotta leave. Sarah Jane's on. That's what I would do. I used to get very happy on a Monday. I'd go home for that. Was Pokemon on CITV? Yeah, because I used to watch Pokemon as part of SMTV Live. And I was big into Pokemon for a hot 2 years. Hi, Em, it's good to see you. Now, see, also, this is a good shout. So, oh my God, I just kind of want to talk about this now because we're in the flow of talking about it. But this is the other area of adult cartoons. So I had this poll. As soon as certain kids left, Daddy Reed cancelled subscription link. Yeah, he definitely did to some of those. Oh, I have to hit the hay soon early morning with The Last of Us Talk Club later. Probably, so you might have to watch that on the VOD, I'm afraid. But it might be after Clip of the Week, probably, I guess. But I'm sorry. I will timestamp for you, Chris J. I'll make sure I'm on my timestamps. What side is that? Boomerang had Looney Tunes, which is WB now is selling. Yes, Looney Tunes was a big thing. Was I a Looney Tunes person? I guess I did used to watch a few things. I used to watch Tasmanian Devil and Dick Van Darsten. Is it Dick? Vic Dan. I don't want to say something wrong. He's got too many tongue twisting names. But that was on CBBC, I think. It was, Dick Van Dyke's the other guy. He's the old bamboo, with the old bamboo. Dick Dastardly, yes, Wacky Racers. Yeah, I used to watch that. And then Wacky Racers, catch the pigeon, or whatever. And then it would be Muttley, like, wake up, dear Muttley, you're dreaming again. You're not a brave knight, and you're not Gunga Den. Why I remember this, I don't know, but I used to enjoy that way more. Yes, Roadrunner. Yep. Used to love animatics. Yeah, so I was going back to Jamie's point because a very diligent bugger was saying the same thing. Like, then there's like the area of adult or family cartoons. So I guess The Simpsons, which was Sky TV or Channel 4, I guess that does count as cartoons. Same with like South Park and. You've got South Park here. What's the other one? The Family Guy, someone said. Futurama is the other one. Oh, I did like a bit of Scooby-Doo. I even like the What's New Scooby-Doo? It's coming after you. Gonna solve that mystery. I see a Scooby-Doo. That was a good one. Although, what was the original one was also pretty good. What was Scooby? I did like a big Scooby. Hi, Enneagram. I am well, thank you. Thank you for being here. So yeah. Oh, that double bill of Simpsons on Channel 4 at 6 p.m. was amazing. Absolutely. It took me a long time to realise that Shaggy was a stoner. Absolutely. My God, there's so many Adventure Time. I never got into Adventure Time, but I know that people, again, enjoyed that. Rick and Morty's another good one. I never got into the adult cartoon genre. I think because I was a bit sheltered and a bit like, Ave Maria. But I was like, I don't know if I want to watch cartoons where they, decapitate each other or say naughty words or bang each other. That seemed a bit wrong to me. That felt like an area that I wasn't willing to explore or get involved in. So that's a big grey area in my cartoon watching. I just stuck to the classics, where it was all lovely and friendly. But all right, I want to hear everyone's top 3 cartoons, because again, I was thinking about this because the reason I want to talk about cartoons is because the Doctor Who episode this week had a cartoon element, which got me thinking about cartoons. I also, a couple of weeks ago, watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which we're going to talk about as well on the show, probably. Again, big cartoon element. So I've had cartoons on the brain. So I did the poll to my siblings. I was like, what would you say were your top 3 cartoons? So I'll give you mine here. Number 1, absolutely without shadow of a doubt, SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob. I wish I could watch it more often than I don't really have Nickelodeon, but it used to be on in my house all the time. It's quite interesting how SpongeBob actually entered my life very late. Like, I wasn't a kid. I was like a young teenager, and I only watched it because they showed an episode of it on SMTV Live one week. It was the one where Squidward goes to the future. And I thought, well, I think I didn't like it, to be fair. And then because my brother and sister, they were younger, they would watch cartoons. And then I kind of got sucked into it. And then it was like a cult following, like, in my house. We loved it. I've got so many. So that's number 1, absolutely. If I'm going to watch a cartoon, I'm watching SpongeBob. Number 2, I'm coming in here with a side one that people may not... I don't think anyone has mentioned this cartoon. But in my house, we were also massive fans of Recess. No one's mentioned Recess. That was on Disney, Recess. About kids in the playground playing kickball, TJ and the gang. Big fan of that. I remember Recess as Fly Highland. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God, man, this warps. Like, we would quote Recess all the time. Recess was on CITV as well. I liked that. What was the other one? Like, I always remember the "Watch out, Mama!" And like, Spinelli then called the teacher Mum. We've all been there. Miss Finster, Miss Finster. Classic. So Recess, number 2 for me. And then I really struggled with number 3. I didn't really know what is my what my number 3 top favorite cartoon was. Like, younger me definitely watched a lot of Tom and Jerry. I think it's probably The Simpsons, but that feels like a really easy, cheap answer. But I wouldn't say I'm a big Simpsons fan, but I have watched many episodes of The Simpsons, and when it's on, I will watch it. Like, as Vit said, it would come on at 6 p.m. on Channel 4. Normally, when we were eating dinner in the Reed family household, we'd whack on The Simpsons in the background. Sometimes on Channel 2, it'd be The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, those were the two. It was either you're watching The Simpsons or you're watching The Fresh Prince. Or in a certain very small time frame, it was Doctor Who. Classic episodes of Doctor Who would come on BBC 2. So, yeah, I'm not a big Simpsons fan, I think is what you're saying here. But whenever it's on, I always laugh. Exactly. It is watchable. Ashley Johnson was on Recess. Wait. I feel like I should know this. Is she Gretchen? Because I feel like maybe I know this and had forgotten, or I'm just putting this together. Also, the other cartoons I didn't really like on CITV was like the Thornberrys. What's that other one? It's a bit like it. I didn't really care for those. But I did see someone else mention something else that I was. The Rugrats also. I did used to watch the Rugrats a fair bit. That was the previous Nickelodeon flagship show until they changed it to until it became SpongeBob became more popular. So I feel like I also do remember that all grown up, I really want to shout it out, all grown up with you. Wasn't that the theme song to that? But what is the how can you not remember the Rugrats theme song, Lucy? Boop, 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 boop. Everyone would play it on the piano. You'd be at school. Do, 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 do. This is a terrible recreation. Do, do, do. Great. I think Rugrats could be there. Top 5. Fabio says, number 1, The Simpsons. Number 2, Digimon. Number 3, Recess. Nice little list there. In no particular order, Hong Kong Phooey, Danger Mouse, and Battle of the Planets. Very good. Digimon, Pokemon, and the Raccoons. I'm sure I know that. KRP TV says Simpsons, SpongeBob, and Recess, maybe. Another fellow Recess fan. It's the same Futurama, The Simpsons, and Thundercats. Cool. A very diligent bug says Simpsons, Futurama, South Park. Nice. Jamie says Family Guy, South Park, Rick and Morty. Very nice. Ian O'Graham says, Family Guy, Simpsons, and Pokemon. I mean, it's hard not to like Pokemon, especially that classic one. Like, I was all over the Pokemon, like I said, for 2 years. I watched it non-stop. I wanted to be Ash Ketchum so badly. Like, I wanted to go around catching Pokemon. I don't know why I always identified with the boy characters when I was young, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why. Misty was fine. I didn't mind Misty, but I've said it before. I wanted to call my dog, my former dog Misty, I wanted to call her Pikachu because I wanted a Pikachu so bad. And my mum was like, no, I'm not doing that. So we settled on Misty. And then she was like, Mum was like, maybe we can spell Misty like Mystiic. And I was like, no, Mum, it must be Misty as spelt in the game. Yeah, 10-year-old me was very forceful on that. I was like, I must name the dog. Then it became Misty. I also went so far that we used to have I told this story where, I don't know how this came about, but, I have an imaginative brain, I guess. But we used to get, classic what happened at summer. I'm sure everyone in the UK did this. I'm not sure further afield. Okay, take yourself back. It's 2000, maybe 1999. It's summer holidays. You got 6 weeks off. It's hot. Your mum and dad just want you to play in the garden. They was like, just go outside, play in the garden, please. My dad was on us buy us water balloons. And so, you throw your water balloons, they splat or whatever. But somehow we got into caring for our water balloons. So you'd make your water balloon, tie a little knot, and they'd be like your little baby. But then that moved on, and then it was how long could you look after it for? Then that moved on to filling up whole balloons with water and looking after them. I wonder if it's in my Misty album, because I had this water balloon that it was yellow, and I cared for this thing and I called it Ash and I loved it. My brother had one that was green and he would call it George and he would go, George, George, George of the jungle, watch out for that tree. And we would just like beat it up a bit and then of course the inevitable would happen. At some point it would splat. You'd be like, ah! But yeah, we cared for these water balloons, and somehow everyone did it. I don't know why I don't know why that happens in my life. Like, crazy things happen, and we all just end up doing it, and people just accept that it's normal. Yes, we did have pet balloons. We cared for our pet balloons. No, but we never did that. Yeah, we named them and everything. We looked after them. Sometimes you would draw on them. So yeah, that's what we did. In the summer, we did loads of games back in the day. KRPTV says all animated boys are voiced by women, including Ash Ketchum and Bart Simpson. That's a good fun fact. Favorite Pokemon? I did obviously love Pikachu, loved Charmander, and I think that's how basic. I was just very basic on that level. And Charizard because he was a cool dragon. I think that's about it. Let's see what else. Fly Highland says Ed, and Eddie, and the Powerpuff Girls. Now, is Ed, and Eddie the one where they've got the three brothers and one is blue, one is purple, and one is something else? Because I never vibed with that. I was like, what is this? Or is that another weird cartoon? Cartoons are weird. Oh, that was the spin-off called All Grown Up. Yeah, they liked to do that, didn't they? Make Ashley was Gretchen. Yes. It was that. I'm just scrolling back because obviously I went down memory lane talking about my balloon babies. I might try and find it clip of the week. I've got my Misty album there. I can see this picture in my head as clear as day. We re-landscaped the garden and we took a picture at the back of the garden. I'm holding my water baby, Ash. Why do we have water babies? I didn't even like babies. I never as a child asked for baby dolls. I didn't want Barbies. But for some reason, the water balloons called to me. Oh yeah, I am thinking of the Cramp Twins. Yeah, I didn't like the Cramp Twins. I didn't like anything that was a bit gross or garish or a bit weird. I don't know. You had balloons. In my day, we had to make do with paper bags. I think at one point we did get into filling them with flour, but it wasn't as exciting. The excitement came from how long, and also sometimes someone would try and dangle one out the window, like, no, not my water baby, come back here. God, my mum had to deal with quite a lot of all of us, under the age of whatever, running about me like, mad, playing Busy Town in the garden. You know that classic Busy Town? That was a fun game. I mean, my other next door neighbour, we would make plays together, but we would never sometimes she would come in my garden, sometimes I'd come in her garden, but a lot of the time we would just act out these plays just through the fence, because we had a fence where we could see each other through. It was like a, I don't want to say a picket fence, but we could just see each other very clearly through this fence, so we would just, many fun times were made in the garden. Making mud pies. People made mud pies, right? That always happened. You never ate them, obviously. Hey, good to see you, Raymond. You've come into this chat of cartoons and family memories. The feral read kids. Yes, I was very much a tomboy, just out in the garden, doing my thing. Yeah. So, if we tried to use flour, we would have been beaten up for wasting food. Yeah, that is fair. Yeah. So actually, I've realised I haven't even taken my drink yet, talking about all these cartoons. So this is the drink of this week. There was a Fanta Tutti Frutti taste, which is a special limited edition Fanta. So let's have a go on that as we reminisce back on our childhood cartoons. We have them in Nisa. Nice. So yes, I just wanted to look back at the cartoon times, because it's like a very this is a potent smell. It does smell very tutti frutti. Tutti fruttis are a sweet, right? I can't remember when I eat a tutti frutti. Ooh. It's nice, but it's a lot. Is this a tutti frutti? Which I'm saying so cockney, I realise. Tutti frutti. A tutti frutti. They're in That's like in those packs of like what looks like really old sweets, right? It comes with like, you know, in that yellow and orange packaging, right? Is that a tutti frutti? I'm gonna have to Google this. Right, if I even set up the internet to Google it, come with me now on a journey through time and space to the world of the internet, because we're about to Google something. The internet, come with... Oh, God, we're still on this. The internet, come with me. Is it this? No, that's you guys. The internet, come with me. There we go. Come with me and you'll see what are tutti fruities. We will discover many things on the interwebs. This is a tutti frutti. If you want to learn about sweets, simply take a look at the results. Want a quick answer? There's an AI. This isn't a tutti frutti. I refuse. Are these? This isn't what I think of. Huh. That's bizarre. Multicoloured. Oh, I'm glad you sorted your Discord, Daniel. Well, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. What are those gross sweets? Old British sweets. Oh, I'm thinking of this guy. I'm thinking of the old fruit salad. It does taste a bit like a fruit salad. This is the thing. Fruit salad sweet. These are the sweets I was thinking of. Oh my God, you're right, Dusty. What are those? Are they the juicy bubble gums? I'm seeing a yellow and red package. What are those called? Chewing gum. Yeah, it's a juicy fruit. I haven't had a juicy fruit in like forever. Wow. Bringing back all the memories. Wow. It is a nostalgia thing. Nostalgia. Without ya, we're still in love. Or whatever. Where is it? Oh, I just realized this is the... Why is this like this? I realised you had the wrong microphone on the whole time. So there we go. I think that's all I want to say about cartoons for now. Does anyone have any final words on cartoons? Favourite cartoon memories that you have? What's my favourite cartoon memories? I mean, watching SpongeBob with my brothers and sisters. You put a hard ew in juicy fruit. Like it. I see what you're saying. I put a hard How would you say juicy? If you can't say you gotta put the juice in the juicy. You know, how do you, it's one of those words that sounds how it is, you know, that there's a special word for that in English, which I can't remember, when a word sounds like what it is, but it's juicy. You can taste it when I say it, how juicy I say it. I actually had a teacher that would call me Juicy Lucy. Is that all right, Juicy Lucy? Every evening at 6 p.m. watching The Simpsons after dinner. Epic Spider-Man 90s series and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Nation of the World by Yaku Warner. That was a peak cartoon. I don't know if I know that. Yeah, I think my favourite ones would be just spending like, especially like Easter or half term, just watching SpongeBob. Like literally we'd have Nickelodeon on all day, just watching SpongeBob. And then if that wasn't on, we'd be watching Recess. So I think those are, like, it just reminds me of being a kid watching it with my brothers and sisters. Fun times those were. I don't think I have a specific memory. I suppose if I was going to go way back, I used to write little stories as a child, and a lot of those stories had a recurring theme. It'd be like, then I went and watched Tom and Jerry, and Mum told me that I had to go to my room because it was time to watch Coronation Street. That would be a repeating theme in these stories. And then, I suppose Pokemon, like discovering Pokemon was probably a big thing that took over my life. So, yeah. Cartoon chat. Let's see if any other memories. As a child, I used to watch the really old-fashioned cartoons too, like the ones from the 1930s. One I remember was set in a pharmacy where all the bottles came to life, started dancing. My grandpa had like some old cartoons that he recorded. We would watch them at his house. Tutti Frutti is probably Cockney Rhinestone at this point. But yeah, those are classics, those 1930s. Like we had the Tom and Jerry movie that he had recorded. So that would come up quite a lot. Because he had like this one videotape. We had a couple, but not loads. And he put that on. So we had, that was on it. Oh my God. Yeah, there was the guy that I think I told you about this, that he watched too much television. And his wife, it was like this guy, he was just addicted to watching television. He would like try and get home from work to watch it, and his wife would took it away, and he'd be like, I want to watch television, and he'd get so upset about it. So there was that. Those are the ones that stick out. Oh, we did used to watch on videotape a lot as well. One of the Dr. Doolittle, no, not Dr. Doolittle, what's the Dr. What's it? Dr. Zeus. The people that had the butter side up and the butter side down bread. We used to watch that a bunch. So yeah, I guess some memories are of watching them with my parents. KRPT says, I remember I Am Weasel. I think that was a spin-off of Cow and Chicken. Wow. Damn. Rockwall says, racing home from school to watch Pokemon at 3:40. Oh my God. Can you imagine going home for 3:40? That's like a pipe dream. You've got the whole afternoon left. I've only just finished my afternoon drink to start the next part of my day at this point. I used to enjoy watching the Tintin cartoons. Very good. Anything else? I've heard people say that cartoons for little kids. Personally, I thought this was stupid. I still watch cartoons today, even with my grandmother watches. That's really sweet. My granddad used to love Bugs Bunny. Yeah, I think my grandpa used to love Bugs Bunny as well. It was weird when I went to Six Flags. I was like, wow, Bugs Bunny is a bit of a jerk. Can't believe that. Nowadays, you can Sky Plus the cartoons. Yeah, that is true. You can do that. So yeah, I think it's like a nice little time capsule of life. Cartoons. So we'll probably talk about Roger Rabbit. We spent so long talking about this topic, but this was a big topic that we've not discussed before. And I thank you for joining me in this conversation. The conversation will continue, but for now, I think, oh blimey, we haven't even done highlights and lowlights of the week, or I didn't even finish the rest of my housekeeping. I got too caught up in the cartoon chat. So what's happening? What's the date? Where are we? It's the 24th of April. We've got members hanging out on the 26th, and then next Saturday, God help me, hopefully we're all ready. It will be the stream. May 3rd, we will be streaming Destiny Flawless Raider. I have assembled my crew for Platinum 200. So fingers crossed. I don't know how long it's going to take. We're going to see what happens. I need to do a bit of preparation. I need to talk to the group. Zero Blue Dragon, if you're watching this in the past, please join the Discord so I can speak to you. Because you're the only person that I don't think, or I'm not sure, is on the Discord, but you signed up to help, which I'm very appreciative of. So thank you for signing up for that. So that'll be happening next Saturday, probably around 5 p.m. So I think I want to make sure that obviously everyone time zones, people got stuff to do. So yeah, that will hopefully be good. And then we'll be on number 200, and then we're on to the next 100 of my life, which will be great. Do we know if Destiny Stream will have another round of innuendo bingo? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I have to do any dogging on that stream, as we did on the Astrobot stream. Astrobot sometimes needs to get down and dog. So let's do highlights and lowlights of the week, seeing as we're already 40. Oh, Blue Dragon Zero, you're there. Hello. It's because I don't use Discord. Okay. That's okay. I will find a way to communicate with you. What is your preferred source of communication? I guess I'll just add you. Oh no, I don't want you to have to do that to set one up if it's inconvenient. I suppose I could just add you on PSN and we can sort it out there. But we just have a Discord channel where we're just sort of talking about what gear everybody has and blah blah blah, and what the plan is. Try to just figure out. So. Yeah, but thank you for being here. Appreciate it. We'll figure out a way to communicate. Smoke signals, postcards. We'll just do it all. I'll just howl at the moon and you'll just understand. It's like, it's time! And then Destiny will come together. Thanks for being here. But yeah, it is going ahead next week, so I'll see you. I do need to do a bit of tech testing, I think. I'm not sure. Well, we'll see how it goes. You know how it is on a Lucy stream. We'll see what happens. Right. Fly Highland says, highlight today is the 20th anniversary of the first ever YouTube video being uploaded. Highlight watching Twitch too. No, LowLight is watching Twitch too much. Is that a LowLight? But yes, congratulations, YouTube. We could probably talk about YouTube forever, but maybe we won't today. But it is an interesting topic, especially as someone who's spent I've been on YouTube since 2006. Oh my God, I've been on YouTube 19 years. Wow. I'm old. Yes, that's my account. I started my account in 2006. So maybe I should talk about YouTube at some point, you know. KRP TV says highlight. Okay, boomer. My day when I uploaded to YouTube, we were just talking about going to the zoo and milk and cereal. Oh. Now people are trying to see how many cookies they can shove up their bum while playing Elden Ring with their hands tied behind their back, doing a pongo stick. That's what people do these days. Sorry, KLP TV says, highlight this week. Locking it down with Lucy, of course. Oh, thank you. And only a 4-day work week again. Exactly fabulous. Only low this week is that I've had a couple of headaches from all the chocolate over Easter. I've been pacing myself, my friend. But happy Easter. Hope you had a good Easter. Ina Graham says, highlights. Lock it down with Lucy. Thank you very much. Going to the PlayStation concert tomorrow night. Enjoy. I'm going on Sunday now. Woo! Ghost of Yote got a release. Did it? But did I miss that? When's it coming out? And Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered. Yes, that is big deal. When am I going to play that? I don't know. LowLights, nothing to note. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Glad that all is smooth sailing in the world of Ina Graham. But thanks for chiming in. Appreciate it. Dennis says, good luck, Pete's. I have volunteered but never played it, so we'll have to stick to the duties. Thank you for the cheerleading. We appreciate your service. Pippin Bama says, highlight, 1 trophy away from my 50th Platinum Destiny. You're going to do it too? Nice. And LowLight, my favourite footballer ever is leaving my club. No, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, my thing's gone funny. Hold up. Robert War says 101 Dalmatian style. What are we talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Dennis highlight Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition Platinum. Congrats. Also, Oblivion Remaster Shadow dropped. I heard that the Platinum's pretty easy as well, so that's a highlight. Fabio says, highlight my sister's birthday party yesterday. No low light that I remember. It's lovely hearing that so many nice things are happening. Jamie says, highlight, lock it down with Lucy. Thank you very much. The Astro video and the streamer, thank you. Started playing Ghost of Tsushima and my granddad came out of hospital today. Nice. Low lights, hay fever. Sad times. Hopefully that doesn't. How long does hay fever last? Robert War says, highlight, helping you get raiding party trophy in Destiny. That was last week. Thank you so much, Robert War. I appreciate that. And brought Destiny for my adventure bestie and helping her get raiding. Oh, that's really sweet. Locking it down, Lucy, is always low light sleeping badly. I understand that, yeah. I just get bored of sleep. I woke up at 5:30 the other day because I was so bored. But I'm sorry to hear about that. I understand sleeping is annoying. But thank you. Thank you so much for helping me. I might have to at some point maybe do a little sort my character out type of thing to figure out if I'm all good. Back in my day, YouTube didn't have ads. We could watch a video uninterrupted. Sorry, young man, we were watching it uninterrupted. People were just streaming from their bedroom. Well, that still happens. Next live stream. Yes, that is the next live stream. After Locking It Down with Lucy, of course. But actually, I'll talk about that afterwards. Next week's Locking It Down with Lucy. Something a little different going to go down. Sir Dave says, highlights are the Oblivion Remaster. Loving playing that again and enjoying WrestleMania weekend. Nice. Who would waste a perfectly good cookie? Stick it out their bum. I don't know. I've watched some... You know how YouTube these days... I saw a video. It was like, I tried to beat... This is serious. I tried to I tried to beat Elden Ring after taking a bottle of laxative. And it was literally a video about this guy. He drank a laxative... So I was like, fine. See if he actually did it. He drank laxative and he tried to see how far he could get into the game until he shit himself. I was like, is this where we are for entertainment? People are shitting themselves on the internet for you guys. Do what you will. I'm just going to stick to my very simple videos. You shan't be seeing that. It says highlight my copy of Claire Obscure Expedition 33 arrived today. Nice. Looking forward to the PlayStation concert this weekend and like parts of the Last of Us episode. Love. Bits, I should see if I can see you because at the weekend, maybe we should see if we can see each other at the O2 quickly. Because I haven't seen you since you won your gift from like 2 years ago. You won a prize on the show and I keep meaning to give it to you in person. So maybe we should see if we can do that and say hi before we go to our retrospective seats. Oh, sorry. LowLights was part of the Lock It Down with Lucy. I'm sorry. Parts of the Last was part 2, Last of Us episode. We will speak on that. Fabio says Lucy streams are always a highlight for me. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Dusty says highlight earned the permadeath trophy in No Man's Sky. Nice. That's not easy. Earning the trophy for extreme survival is a chore. I do remember doing that. It was very, very boring. Nearly there, though. Should pop tomorrow or Saturday. Should get them shiny. Wait, you're going to get the platinum in No Man's Sky. That's crazy. Nice. Congrats. That is one that is missing from my resume. Oblivion Platinum is easy. Just main quest and doing all the guild quests and the arena quest. Damn, okay. Nice. Daniel Sanford says, I'm currently playing Ni no Kuni. Oh my god, I haven't heard about Ni no Kuni in like forever. I've forgotten about that game while watching your stream. That's what I'm here to do. I love being the voice. I love being your background voice. I'm very happy to. I mean, if you're watching and just staring at the screen, then thanks too. But I'm very happy to just be on, like, you know, next to you on the sofa. That's what I aim to do with these shows. I just want to provide some background noise to make life a little less silent. Lucy's goal in life, to make life a little less silent, because I don't like this. The silence, the blinding ultraviolence. I adore the Granny Reed voice. I did see Granny Reed this weekend. That was nice. No Elden Ring bum cookie live stream for you then. Absolutely not. That is not happening. You didn't watch it though. Well, he got quite far, apparently. Like, I kind of skimmed through it, and then he did have to run off and use the bathroom. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's getting a bit silly what people have to do to get people to watch videos. I've seen people play Elden Ring one-handed using a dance pad but never take laxatives and shitting themselves. Where are you getting these recommendations? I don't know. Who knows where the random drinks are coming from? How do I say IBS? Hi chat, hi Ludi. Good to see you. Your neighbour provides background noise. No, I don't want that. I already have the No Man's Sky Platinum. It's much easier now. It's only taken a week. Damn. I watch chill and chat on these streams after work with a cup of tea. That's lovely. Hey, guess what I did today, everyone? To carry on from what I talked about on Monday. So it's not that I'm living in times of austerity, but I just like to, be frugal, I suppose. I've been buying meal deals and making them spread out for the week. So I ate my main on Monday for dinner. I had my drink as a snack the other day. And also, I never really finish drinks either. I'm kind of like I drink like half, and then I go away and drink water, and then I drink the other half. So that means my drink can last 2 days. Very efficient. And then today I ate my snack, which was 2 sausage rolls. And I had an apple, So keep the meal deals going, people. Runs off to search for laxative Elden Ring strength. You actually found it. There you go. I think you and your alchemy rhythms need an intervention. I don't know if we should be, promoting the laxative, because everyone's going to be doing that. I tried to play all of the Dark Souls games in order without taking a shit. And everyone's like, how long can you go? I've made it to the Nameless King. I've got to go. It's the things people do. What does a meal deal consist of? So you get your main, which could be a sandwich or pasta, or if you want to upgrade your meal deal, you can get a sub, or you can get like some sushi. And then you get a snack, so that can be a packet of crisps. It can be, little sausage rolls, or it could be like, a little meat, like a pepperami, or a little fruit pot. And then you get your drink. So you can pick any drink that's in the thing, so water, a Lucozade, or a fizzy drink. Meal deal. You get all of that for £3.75. Wonderful. The drink alone costs £1.90. So You're getting a £2 sandwich, like £1 snack or whatever, £1 5p, and your £2 drink. Bish bash bob. Jobs are done. Hope you have learned. I kind of want to bring you a week's worth of cooking so you have proper thing. I just can't be arsed. Roller coaster videos, EastEnders clips and laxative. That's what the old algorithm. I can assure you I will never try laxatives before Dark Souls games. 100%. Right, on that note, it was Easter weekend. Speaking of laxatives, things that made me want to go to the toilet. WrestleMania. No. I jest. Oh yeah, what are my highlights and lowlights of the week? So what was mine? Mine was, the highlight was a 4-day weekend. Oh, getting that Astrobot video finished was an absolute highlight. I was very, very happy about that. That felt good. Yeah, just having some time off was nice, chilling, you know, just having a chill one. I liked that a lot. My low light, unfortunately, was WrestleMania 41. Controversial. I mean, it was a fine. It was fine. I feel like it didn't have to be 2 nights. I don't think there was enough content there. And I don't know, I don't feel like any of the matches really felt like as big as some of the other ones that happened. It was and also it ended on a bit of a damp squib. I was like, meh. I think it was just average. But I must know, is El Grande Americano actually Chad Gable? Because I was talking to a friend about this and he was like, oh yeah, I told my wife that it's not really him. And we're like, and I went, but it's not him, is it? And he was like, but it is. I thought this guy looked well older than Chad Gable. I think he looks like an older person. I'm just saying, I think his the bodies are different. Oh, thank God I'm now at 50%. I'm making my way there. I'm not really sure what to do with the VR videos, to be fair. Has the Sim's not come back? Has the Sim upstairs remained quiet after you brutally bollocked him? I love that. I love that I have given someone a proverbial bollocking. Nothing that has ever been said to me before. I do write my highlights and lowlights of the week. I've got to remember what happened in the week. He hasn't played his music super loud in the morning, actually, to be fair. The only thing that he's done is, knocked his boots. But then obviously I whacked that. So yeah, actually he has, but then I haven't really been indoors very often. Like literally all this week I've been at work all day because I've had workshops that started at 9:30, so I was getting in super early, staying late. The whole weekend I was here, but then I went to my parents like literally every day, so it's hard to really know. I heard some of the wrestlers saying some really dumb stuff. Oh yeah, that's a bit awkward. Yeah, bad. So yeah, those I think are my highlights and my lowlights. Not much to report, just So I have clip of the week. Clip of the week is just some highlights from Easter weekend. Yeah, I am still on my early wake up regime. I woke up at 6:15 on Easter Monday. Who does that? It's a bank holiday. I woke up at 6:15. The reason I woke up at 6:15 as well is because I wanted to wake up and do stuff, but then also wanted to get to my parents' house super early so I wouldn't get spoiled on WrestleMania. So that is why I did that. Okay, right. Let's watch clip of the week. This might be one of the latest clip of the weeks ever. I don't know if we have any Locking It Down with Lucy historians that document when things happen on the show. How many times Lucy says the same old bloody stories? But this could be a record, historians. 5 to 9. Look, clip of the week is finally aired. Mornings are the new evenings, and I love it. You went to bed at 6:15 on Easter Monday. That's insane. Right, let's play the clip, Lucy. Femme louche. That's what they say, right? Just. Here's our ice cream man. He looks like this. But I forgot my monies again. God damn it. It's Easter Sunday. I have an Easter Kit Kat. And Luna has been destroying her toy.
Look how pretty it is.
Oh, Luna.
Why?
You destroyed the monkey. Look how small the Easter eggs are now. This is tiny. I don't have anything, apart from my hand for size. It is the strength. Managed to make a slight dent, but yeah, can't really. Is it Jay's moment as we crouched up? Oh wow, that really did. Oops. I tried to do that lightly as well. I tried to pull that. Yes, it's done now.
Still alive. Still some more in pain.
I don't know why she does that.
Where are they?
Moon, what did you do to the monkey? Let's just turned our back to us. You can't put it back in.
You can do, but of course you just take it back out again.
Disgrace. Another day, another Easter egg. What wrestling move is this time? I think you could go to sleep it.
Or a choke slam. You just pick it up and just slam it down.
You could do that.
You can AA.
Oh, I'll AA the Easter egg.
Yeah.
Alright, hold
It
on.
doesn't recording, okay.
Alright, we're gonna try with the AA. This is for you, Justin. I was the truth man all these years. This is not gonna work.
Did it break?
I did a bit, but I still want to find out.
Try the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Well, the classic people know you're gonna publish it. You okay? Oh, wait, then you do.
No, should I do it?
Okay, forward, up, up. You can't see me. Wait, I thought I did. Is it just like this? Is this, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Just a...
You can't see me.
There you go. I think that was more like Ted DiBiase's finish, the $1 million drop or whatever, but there you go. There we go. So now, yesterday was a curb stomp, today was the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright.
Luna has a new obsession. She likes following flies. Where did it go? Oh god, it's above me. It's above me. She sees the fly. Oh, there, look how big that fly is. Luna, can you see it? Where's it gone? It's flown away. It's gone. It's gone somewhere. You have to go get it next time. Here we are at John Cena's final WrestleMania match. You get Travis Scott off the screen. Ugh, the ice cream has spotted again. But it's raining. When will I get my ice cream? I'm not going to have one in the pouring rain. That's ridiculous. But you have been noted, ice cream man. Oh, where are my WWE ice cream bars? As CM Punk would say. So there we go. Wow, this is a bloody long clip of the week. Sorry. Just, it was just some events of what was happening. Are you intimidating my dad? My dad said something. He said something in that clip that I was like, oh my god, that is something that my dad was like. It's not on, is it? Or something like that. I'm not having much luck with the Easter egg. Wait, the latest clip of the week was Lockin Down with Lucy 151 when you played it 1 hour and 3 minutes into the episode. It was of Luna, of course. How do you know this historian? How? Oh my god, that's crazy. Mr. Reed just ignoring his mad kids. We're like, and then Lucy with a clothesline to the Easter egg. Well, everybody, just for you guys, I do have another Easter egg. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So, what are we doing to this one? No, I feel like I should retire the headbutt. Look how nice this Easter egg is, but this feels a bit more less round. I don't know what happened to this one. Someone resized this Easter egg, but they didn't press shift, and it's got all kind of squished. So what are we gonna do to this guy? This was a very nice Easter egg, by the way. It was a celebrations one. We could do the GTS. I'm a bit worried about where the GTS is gonna go. We're getting there. I can't be doing the head crack. Oh, that is a hard one as well. Did you hear that? I just wanted to give it a little tap right in the middle. This actually, listen. There's some density. The people's elbow is such a good shout, Vits. I don't have anything to... Is this gonna work? I don't have enough space. Can you turn the big light on? Right. So firstly, we're gonna wait for it to get up. Get up! The Easter egg! He's getting up! He's getting up! Come on, it's the wake up torn. It's the rock bottom! And now, look where the rock... Oh wait, we need to... And scene continues. You know what time it is? The Rock! He's looking for the most electrifying move in sports entertainment. It's the people's elbow. Oh, I missed it. I missed the people's elbow. I missed it. Oh, there we go. It has happened. It has happened. I missed the shot. I missed the shot. As Andy Murray would say. I missed the people's elbow. Ah, what a classic. Oh, I hope it's not. No, my elbow has been unscathed. The Easter egg kicked out. And here is the aftermath. That's my elbow-shaped hole. Thank you for joining. The guy downstairs was like, what's going on up there? You know, people are like, oh, what my neighbour's doing bowling balls or whatever. It's like, no, she's doing wrestling moves on her Easter egg. That's what's happening. Right, let's try a bit of this. And I want to turn the big light off. I don't like the big light. That egg never does its job, brother. Right, let's turn. I do feel a bit bad about that, but I'm not normally giving the people's elbow to my Easter egg. That's not normally happening. Alright. But I'm just eating Easter egg. That's quite bad. Right. So I get a knock on the door. I'm like, sorry, I've only done it once. I'm not doing it all the time. Right. Let's talk about something else. As I elbowed the floor. I wonder if they can. Now I suddenly feel very aware. I thought everyone was out and now someone's closed the door. As one door closes, another one opens. Right, let's talk about Last of Us because we are rapidly running out of time over here. So we'll talk about the Last of Us episode. This show has been excellent so far. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Right. We're going to talk spoiler-free for now. And then we will go into spoilers of the detail. So I'm gathering most people have at least played The Last of Us Part 2. Whether or not you've watched the show. So last week I did touch briefly on the first episode. My thoughts on the first episode were kind of just like, resetting the scene, going back to pacing or whatnot, what am I talking about? Not pacing. Going back to basics, like just remembering who everybody is, what's happening. I thought it was kind of slow or whatever. And then this week, the meat happened. The moment that we were waiting for, wondering how it was all going to go down. I haven't yet, but I know what happens. Okay. Happened. So yeah, put a little hand up in the chat if you're watching the show. I haven't seen yet. As soon as I have spoilers warned. Okay, I will put the spoiler hand up when we go to spoilers. Just curious how many people are watching week on week to get a gauge. Because the thing is about the show is it's kind of it's obviously keeping to the source material, but also remixing what's going on in ways that I kind of understand because it's a TV show, and so some things work better in a game, other things they need to do more of for the show. I will say though, despite all of it, it was a very gripping episode. Like, even though I knew what was going to happen, I was still like, because it was still like an element of how is it going to happen that I wasn't too sure of. Like, was it going to be beat for beat what I expected? Would it be different? There was also like another side story that doesn't happen in the game that was also quite like, well, what's going to happen here? I'm not really sure because this never happened before. I'm not sure how much I cared for that, but it was exciting to watch. I mean, it's weird because I'm like, part of me is like, did I enjoy watching the episode? I guess. But did I enjoy what happened in the episode based on the source material? No. But like, maybe it's like an alternative path. So we've got 3 people that are watching it. Yeah, 3rd series confirmed. I'm also wondering, where are they going to pause at the end of this this series? Like, where is the stopping point? And we might discuss that later. So I'm going to put the spoiler hand up now because I feel like I'm talking in charades. So spoilers, if you have not watched episode 2 of The Last of Us TV show, and if you have not played the game, we're going to talk about spoilers. So, what happened in this episode? So, we're going to talk about the differences. We're going to talk what happened. It starts off with Ellie and Jesse, which happens from the game. Jesse knocks on the door, Ellie opens the door, and he's like, dude, I can't believe you kissed Dina, blah, 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 that's really not cool, man. She's like, oh my god, she kissed me, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, I'm just fucking with you, whatever. This is from the game. This happens. So yeah, we go, and she wants to go on patrol with Joel. Different. That's not expressed. I think another thing that's weird about what's happening in this TV show is a lot of, and I have to remember because I know what's going to happen, and it took me looking at reviews and watching videos to remind me what I didn't know the first time I played the game. And I feel like the TV show is giving me information that I actually didn't know going into playing the game, but they're serving it up front to you here, which is kind of weird. So we kind of get a sense that Ellie and Joel may have patched things up, which is a bit confusing. I know why, because I've played the game. But if you're watching the TV show, you don't know why, because the last thing you saw was her. She was just pissed off with him and went to her room. Bit strange. So she's like, yeah, I want to take patrol with Joel, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you can't because he's out on patrol with Dina, who originally it's Ellie and Dina that go out on patrol together. But now it is Joel and Dina who have got a bit more of a relationship in the TV show than they did in the game. They seem to have, he's like, they've gravitated towards each other. I'm guessing Joel's an upstanding member of the community, which, I mean, I can see. He seems like a nice guy under all the murder. And then this time Tommy has stayed back, and Ellie and Jesse are going to go on patrol together. So you see that happen. They go off on patrol. They've left the premises of Jackson. Meanwhile, in Jackson, we have this thing that was shown to us last week, which was these pipes that are full of infected goo tubes or whatever. What would you call cables? They've got their own cables. They've got their own leaves, twigs, stems. I can't remember what they call them. So that's happening. So the infected are obviously trying to sniff them out or whatever. So you get that happening. They're all talking about what happens when you have to have like defenses, blah, blah, blah. Oh, foreshadowing. Meanwhile, we see Abby and the crew and Abby, this is from the game as well. Abby's like, yeah, we're going to have a plan. We're going to kill them. And then she goes out on watch and she's like, looking at her goggles. Also, a lot of this is very convenient. Like things just sort of happen because people are in the right place at the right time. She falls down a cliff and all the infected come alive. Now, it's kind of weird because, well, actually, I had a criticism about this, but then I listened to the podcast and it solved my criticism. So all of these infected, like, in the ice are dead and frozen, but they're there because they're keeping the affected underneath warm, was what Craig Mason was saying, which, because at first I was like, I don't like the zombification of the infected. I find that kind of boring. Like, they're not zombies, they're still living organisms, which zombies are not. Zombies are not alive. I mean, you can say that they are alive, but they're technically, that's the point of a zombie. They're undead, they're dead. But the infected, they are alive. They're like a plant is alive kind of thing. They're just alive in a different way. So I didn't like the idea of thinking that all of these things that weren't frozen to death were still alive. But it turns out they were dead. They were just keeping the ones under warm, which I guess fine, whatever. I'll believe that. So yeah, Abby falls down the cliff, erupts them all, and they're like, ah! And they're like, and this was very cool. Like when they do the beat for beat stuff, it does look pretty cool. Like so when she's like running and the things coming down, that was like even more horrific than in the game. So it's just like, one of them's like trying to put their hand through to get Abby, and it's like slicing its hand up trying to get. These infected will do anything to infect more. That's literally all they want to do is just spread. So yeah. That was quite intense, watching that. And there were many times I was like, I know there's like movie magic, but a lot of times I was like, surely it's game over here. She's going to get done. Like that thing was coming down on her. Anyway, the storm is rolling in while this is all happening. So Joel and Dina have got lost in the storm. We don't know where they are. And Jesse and Ellie have to take shelter in a 7-Eleven. And it's the weed 7-Eleven. And because of this mix-up, we don't get that scene between Dina and Ellie where they're like getting it on. But I mean, I think it is a little disappointing that because that's like a nice moment for their characters. But I feel like maybe in a TV show they're trying to savor that moment because they do give it away quite early, I suppose, in the game. Maybe they want to build up their relationship a bit more over time in the show, so you get to that moment rather than being like, kiss, 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 kiss immediately. So maybe that's why that happened. So yeah, they're just hanging out in the weed place, and meanwhile in the Abbey area, she is saved by Joel. She doesn't know that right now. And then you're like, come on, they're running. This is all pretty cool. Lots of infected. Get on the horse. Where should we go? Oh, we can't go to Jackson. What the hell? Jackson's on fire. Meanwhile, in Jackson, luckily Tommy gave the safety talk that day because safety was required. So, yeah, because the infected now have different abilities, they can, smell with their tendrils is the word I was looking for. They can smell with their tendrils. They're all chasing after... So there's, this massive horde, by the way. It's huge. Which was a little silly, but sure, whatever. They're chasing after, is it Abby? Yeah, Abby, Joel, and Dina. I can't remember who everybody is. And then they smell Jackson with their tendrils, and they all go, and they run towards Jackson. I was like, weird. I don't know. It's kind of strange how much they really just want to infect people. And then they're slamming their faces up on Jackson, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wow, they really mean it. Positions, everybody, get to the rooftops, go to the basements, lock yourselves in, the infected are here. And then they're throwing these barrels down, and then they're shooting the barrels, they're on fire, the infected on fire. And I was like, this is great. The problem is, your walls are made out of wood. That was the main thing that was going through my mind. I was like, you're making all this fire happen, but surely that you're going to set yourselves on fire with all the wood. I'm not sure how that didn't come up as a thing, because yeah. So yeah, they're setting them all on fire, but then the bloater who's the ringleader is like, ooh? And then finds that there's a crack somewhere that he can bash into, and he's like, oh, bloater go crash, bloater what, bloater comes on, and they all go, blah, and Jackson gets overrun. Now, whilst this isn't in the source material, it was pretty exciting, I guess, seeing that happen, because, and again, in the podcast, they talk about it, he was like, oh yeah, my mind, but Jackson would get overrun, and that would just happen. So I guess maybe that's realistic, but also it felt unrealistic. If that's happening all the time to you, God, hey, how many times has it got to be overrun that you have to rebuild? Just go somewhere else. Anyway, they all bash in. Tommy's there with his flamethrower with his two other dudes who then wimp out, and they're like, ah! And everyone's like, whoa, 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 open fire! And there's tons of them. But then the bloater was like, and he looks up and he sees Tommy's wife Marie, and he's like, yes, I want to kill you. Because I don't know why this bloater has extended intelligence or whatever. Surely the infected just go after anyone, but this bloater's like, that hurt. I must get you. So then Tommy's like, no, not my wife. Come here, blah! And then lures the bloater towards him. Meanwhile, Maria is they've all come on the rooftop. She's shooting people. She lets the dogs out. I felt so sorry for these poor dogs. I was like, no, not these dogs. Dogs wah, 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 getting them in the neck. Hopefully those dogs survive. I get it. Dogs are a great source of defense. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want no dog. Surely not all those dogs survived. I didn't like thinking about that. It doesn't bear thinking. So meanwhile, then Tommy finds himself in a boss fight with a bloater, where he's the bloater's comes around the corner. By the way, I do want to say set design. Phenomenal. It looks like Jackson. Many of these places look exactly like they're from the game. So this is big props to people make. But I mean, you can't fault them. They're doing a very good job at making it look like the thing, at least. I mean, and just, whatever, remixing the story points. So yeah, boss fight happens. Tommy's out of flamethrower gas, and then the bloater's coming, even though he's still on fire, and then he just collapses. And I was like, lucky you, Tommy. That was very lucky. Otherwise, it would have been like, Wah! Also, the bloater doesn't seem to throw his stink about, not throwing the spores about. I suppose that's a bit gimmicky, and that's a game mechanic. So Tommy gets away unscathed. Meanwhile, the crew, the Joel, Dina, Abby crew, they go up to the lodge, which is not actually where, what is the lodge where? Oh yeah, I guess the lodge is where it happens in the basement in the game, but here it happens in the same room. I suppose, location's expensive. So they come back to the lodge, and this is the one bits I would say that I was sad about. This is a very iconic scene that we're about to talk about here. This is the divisive scene that made people lose their shit. Now, I don't know how, it's weird. I wish I could rewind back time and see what my thoughts were about that moment, because I hadn't been spoiled, so I didn't know what was going to happen. I definitely wasn't in floods of tears. I think I was more in just I think whenever a big scene's happen to me in video games, my first reaction is more shock. Like I never cry really. Well, not really. It's very rare that I cry at a video game. In fact, I'm more likely to cry upon a second watch because I think then the emotions kind of hit me. But on a first watch, I'm always like just shocked at what I'm witnessing. And I think I do remember I played it on like a Saturday morning, and I do remember after that scene being like, I think I need to go and eat my breakfast. I would wake up back then and just press beep, like lean over and go beep and just play the PlayStation until I was hungry. And so I think after that, I was like, damn, I'm going to go eat breakfast now and just think about it. So yeah, that was kind of crazy. Anyway, so back to the thing. What I was just pointing out, some of the lines, which I think are the bits that make those scenes, weren't quite in this. Like, I really love when they arrive and they say their names, like, oh, Tommy's like, oh, I'm Tommy and this is Joel, and they all just look, and then Joel's like, you guys act like you know us or something. Like, I love the way he says that. The way it doesn't come out quite the same way. There's a lot more talking happening, and I didn't really think about it at the time, but then when I read back, Abby's giving away a lot of her cards very early on, so I love that line. I also love the line that Joel says, just say whatever speech you've got planned and get this over with. He says something somewhat similar, but I do love the get whatever speech you've got planned done, because he knows, and she has, and it's obviously true. I mean, if you're an over anxious person like myself, you will be rehearsing lines in your head to say something. You've been waiting for this moment. You're like, when I see them, I'm going to say this, and if they say that, I'm going to say this, or whatever. Like, she's clearly, obviously been thinking about this moment for long. But yeah, I did think it was strange how all the motives are given up straight away. And I'd forgotten the shock of the scene where those people just killed Joel, and we don't know why, really. I don't think we know at all, but she's saying like, oh, there were 18 fireflies and one doctor, and that doctor was my dad. And it's like, damn, yeah. But I guess that's TV these days. They've got to spoon feed you a bit. So I think maybe that's taken away some of that shock value, but maybe they want to offer up that, oh, we need to feel sorry for this person, because maybe that's what worked against Abby in the first place, because the shock was some person just came and you didn't really know who she was and you just murdered your favourite character. Maybe that was a lot. And they thought, maybe we dial it back to help people come to terms with this and realise that she had also been wronged. I don't know, but I did feel like sort of a bit of impact. I killed way more than 18 dudes in the first game. So yeah, the impact was lost. I will say the acting was still good. Like, it's a shame because it's funny. I think I said last week that the person who plays Abby, Caitlin, I can't remember her surname, does look more like Ellie than Ellie looks like Ellie. But Neil Druckmann did refer to this in the podcast. He said that Caitlin was their first choice for Ellie when they were looking at doing the movie, but now Caitlin has aged out of that role, hence why it's Bella. And I was like, okay, that's a fair enough. That's, we can't stop the aging process. You know who's undefeated at WrestleMania? Father Time. So with that, I'm like, she's a good actor. She definitely has the intensity. I think it's still a shame that she doesn't quite look like Abby. But c'est la vie. What can you do? So yeah, then we get the whole, the shotgun to the knee is still good. I mean, it's not good, but it is. When that happens in the game, it's like out of nowhere, like, oh my god, these people mean business. So yeah, there's a lot of talking before that even happens. Like, I like how it happens immediately in the game. It's like they show up and she's like having none of it. She's like, it's time. But here there's a lot more like, oh, I'm sorry. Then she talks for way too long. That was a problem. And then yeah, she gets the golf club. She's beating him up with the golf club. And then Ellie does find out that, how does Ellie find out where they are? She just knows. There's a lot of coincidence happening. They find out that Joel needs saving and Dina, so she rides off into the distance and stumbles upon the lodge. How do they find it in the game? I can't remember how they find it in the game. So she arrives. Rather than going down to the basement, she goes up to the lodge, and the moment happens pretty much how it happens in the game. Like, she comes in the door, guy comes with the gun. Also, I feel like we're missing Manny. Like, I'm also trying to count all Abby's friends. Also, my elbow hurts a bit from the missed botched people's elbow. Could we have Nora? We have, what's that? I don't know, Mel. We have the guy who clearly looks like Danny, but I'm wondering if they've swapped Danny for Manny. And then, who's the other person? Owen. Manny was there. Interesting. I think those are all her friends. My friends are degenerates, but I'll never change them. Yeah, so all of those people are there. Obviously, Abby gets beaten up to the floor. Also, it's weird that Dina's in the room and she gets knocked out. Yeah, so gets kicked in the stomach. So I always thought it was Danny that did the kicking because Danny's upset because he gets the blade to the face. So then the whole scene, Joel's in a bad way. Get up, fucking get up, Joel. That all happens. And then instead of the final big blow, just stabs him in the neck, which I didn't like. It was shocking, but I don't know. I feel like that's more impactful because you're putting your hate into that, but just sort of ending like, I don't know how I felt about that. And then they kick Ellie. She's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and off they skip into the unknown. They blissfully skip away. Our work has been done. And then in the game, Ellie Blacks is knocked out, kicked in the face. Doesn't really see what happens next. But here we linger on it. We see like Ellie crawl over, give Joel pull the thing out there, give Joel a hug, and then I walk through the valley of death, and I'm on the side of the right, 'cause I'm wrong. That was a nice touch. Ashley Johnson singing, is it Valley of Death? I don't know. But that was from the first ever trailer. That was quite a nice moment to see that come into it. And then they go back to Jackson with Joel's dead body, and it ends on quite a somber note. So I don't know if I hated it as much as other people did. I was still kind of into it. It felt like a remix. I think I was more sad that certain, like, my favourite lines weren't in it. Because I was waiting for those. I think I was more offended by the Jackson takeover because that just seemed so unrealistic. Because now they're going to have to reboot. I don't like how the infected are in this. I know that it had to be less gamified, but there we go. That's my opinion on it. I don't know where are we gonna end up for the mid-season break. Where are we? Because I was just trying to think. I feel like the next big moment is we let you live and you wasted it. Love that line. And then but I don't know if are we not going to see Abby until season 3? I feel that's unrealistic because you introduce the audience to this character and then you're just like, she gone. I mean, it'd be bold if they do it, but I feel like that's a shame for Caitlin to not have anything else to do. So how are they going to have the two stories colliding? And then also, if you do those two stories and then you end at that theatre moment, there's not much of the game left after that. So I guess the other place they could stop, not that it's too much before that, is Ellie going to the aquarium, maybe? What else is another big moment for things to end on? That makes sense. You could end, I suppose, on day 2 after the big Seraphite fight, maybe. Don't know. I'll be interested to see how. Yeah, they will probably end season 2 during day 2 Seattle. Yeah, I suppose that is quite a big. And then it's the big, yeah, that makes sense. It's like them two trying to come, finding each other on day 3 can be eked out, I suppose. Although day 2, the big fight happens on day 3, not day 2. Day 3 is the Rat King. We're going to see the Rat King? That's going to be insane. I hope the Rat King's in it. And what they're going to do. Right, I'm going to read some of your comments now. That was my big, deep dive into that episode. We're probably not going to talk about anything else after this. That was a lot to go through. The way the boss just gave up at the end. Yeah, that was quite convenient. To be honest, I'd rather see Abby and Lev go off and do their own thing, new adventures. Ellie is horrible in the second game and the second. Yeah, I kind of agree, unfortunately. I loved Ellie in the first game, but I do feel like she's really unlikable. I mean, I understand that she's been dealt a bad hand. I just find her really unlikable. I find Dina unlikable. And it saddens me how this has happened. And I did like Abby and Lev. Because, yeah, they were trying to make the best of things. The lines were better in the game, says Jose. I agree. I loved the scene. I got very teary, not just about to lose Joel, but also because how much Abby had been hurt for so long. Craig Mason said that Abby is not the villain on the podcast. So weird. I don't know. I can't say I saw her as the villain either. Like, she's just like, if we had played The Last of Us Part 1 with Abby and unnamed Doctor, Ellie would be the villain. or Joel would be the villain. So I don't really see her as the villain either. I think the real villains are probably the Rattlers, the Seraphites, and just the world, to be quite honest. I think there's a whole lot less hate for TV Abby, thankfully, because Caitlin doesn't look like Abby from the game. Yeah, that's really sad. I mean, obviously, I'm very happy that this person hasn't got hate. That was a worry. But it is kind of sad that the hate for the character just came because of the way the character of Abby looked. Like, what is going on? That's nuts. Like, but obviously, I think as well, they've done a good job at, and maybe just the TV audience is a little less angry. Probably not paying attention half as well. I get it. When you're playing the game, you feel a connection to the character that you've been playing, and now some random person's come along and just brutally murdered them. I can see why people would be angry, but there's no need to take it out on people that are just doing their job and acting. That's one of those things really weird. When people, especially now since I've spoke to Imogen about filming a TV show, I find it really interesting when people make comments about why an actor did this or looks like that. And I'm like, a lot of that stuff is not in the actor's control. They're just reading the script, or they've been told, like, this is what you're going to do. And they just have to do the best they can with the material they've been given. Like, obviously, acting ability aside. But it's just interesting. People are like, oh, I can't believe that this person did that. I hate them for that. It's like, probably wasn't their decision to do that, to be fair. The gradual reveal is structured better in the game, but they have to adapt for not only newcomers, but also the fact that it's a weekly show, so you can't get the information as quickly. That is fair. That is very fair. Let's see. Yeah, that makes sense. That they've got to do the stab because I guess, you know, the beating up. You don't really see much of the beating up, but probably for the best. You can't. I've been watching with two non-gamers and seeing their reactions were on point. Yeah, I have spoken to a couple of non-game fans and they like it. So, you know, that's great. Two people, they said the first episode was good. They were invested in the second episode. So the more people that like the things, the best, I guess. Gonna be hard for Jackson folk to feel too bad for Joel when their town was heavily destroyed and many citizens killed or infected. Kind of diminishes it. That's true. He's probably just another death among the thing. But I think they tried to make him a bit more of like a stable member of the community. You know, he's out there fixing watches for everybody. Bella Ramsey does still look young. I do think she looks better with her hair straightened because I think that makes her look a bit more like Ellie. That was one of the things I was like, I don't know. It's weird because it's like who looks like who and who doesn't look like who, whatever. But yeah, I thought the straightened hair did help. Yeah, it's hard really because in a video game you can make anyone look however you want them to look, and I do feel like it is tough as human beings. Like some people say to me that I look the same, so I would have got the same criticism and been like, did I look the same at 14, at 19? Probably because I've got my big round face. Hello. I think that just suddenly that just happens. So good for her for looking young for so long. I mean, it doesn't help for the role, I suppose, but that's the other thing in video games that I did notice as well. Whenever people make video game characters, like Ellie and Aloy especially, have unrealistic hair that no one can read. Like no one, like Ellie has so much fringe. Like whenever I used to try and do the Ellie like cosplay, I was like, how does she have this much hair at the front? Aloy's also got loads of hair. So I think there is slight, you know, people make people that aren't quite real to humans in video games. Sorry, we're doing a bit of a wrap up on what's been said. Well, you can't read what I'm. You can't. We are. It's still happening. Is it possible they could spend the rest of the season with Ellie and then switch to Abby in season 3 and wrap things up? Maybe. It would be bold if they do that. It could be done. Yes, my real hope for Ellie is the amount of glorious hair she has. She does have a lot of glorious hair. So thick. So many hair follicles is what's going on there. I haven't played the games. Is it better to play the games first, would you say? I'd say as a gamer, I think it would be best to play the games than watch the TV show, maybe. I imagine that's your preferred way of consuming content. TV viewers have no comparison. They hate Abby. Gamers do not hate TV Abby because they had been introduced to her better, and we know her arc. That's fair. So yeah, those are the thoughts. I guess I will take the spoiler hand down. Where is the spoiler hand? I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. So yeah, thank you for joining me in that rundown of the episode. I didn't think I would go in such a deep dive, but you know, I thought kind of got into the flow, and I felt that maybe it was helpful for the conversation. So we're gonna wrap things up here, everybody. I do have an exciting thing about next week. So next week on May 1st, it's Imogen's birthday. So we're gonna go out, hang out in London, and then I'm gonna go back to my parents' house, and we're gonna do a special edition of the show at my parents' with Imogen, because I thought that would be fun. So yeah, look out for Reed Family Home, Locking It Down with Lucy next week, featuring Imogen Faith Reed. So yeah, I was just like, oh, it could be fun to just do something a bit different. So what we're going to talk about, I don't know yet, but hopefully the technical stuff will not from the old room is gone, everybody. The old room is no more. It's been repainted, it's repurposed. Still on Thursday, it will be Imogen's birthday, so bring your birthday wishes for her. So yeah, I think it'll be fun. I do miss having, before I could always just bring a sibling onto the show because they lived with me, but now I can't, so I have to take my equipment to them and have a sibling on the show. So maybe we'll get a Luna pop in as well. You may even get a Father Reed cameo. We shall see. But that is all I've got for you on this week's edition of Locking It Down with Lucy. Thank you for being here. Let's close the poll. I love talking about the cartoons earlier. That was good fun. So 10% of you say Disney was your favourite cartoon channel. 20% say other. 23% say Nickelodeon. And a big 47% of you are saying Cartoon Network. Luna poppin'. More like Luna poppin'. I like that. Maybe. I don't know if my dad still has the Lemonade Gate 2. Thank you for watching. I'm going to relax and wish I hadn't people's elbowed the floor bits and eat this last bit of Easter egg. Right, I will catch you on the flip side. I will see you for Thursday, Locking It Down with Lucy, and then on 3rd of May, hopefully, Destiny Platinum 200. Destiny is calling me, hopefully. All right, catch you guys later. Thank you. I want to do something. I want the music to come up as I leave. Goodbye.